Hi everyone, my name is Julia Tang and I'm a physical therapist. I'm here today with an athletic lower body focused workout. So this workout is going to start off with a plyometric portion. We're going to work on multidirectional jumping. So this is great for any athletes whose sport requires any quick change of direction. And then we're going to follow that up with some strength training. So you'll need a pair of dumbbells or something for weight here. We're going to do some double leg, split stance, and single leg strength training here. So you'll also need a little bit of space to jump around in, and I'm just going to use a mat for the warm-up and the cool-down. Okay, so let's get this workout started. So you always want to start off with a warm-up just to get your body ready to go. So we're just going to start with a little jog in place here. We're going 20 seconds through each of these warm-up exercises. So you can do a high knee jog, butt kicker jog, or just a jog. We're trying to raise the heart rate and get your muscles ready to go. We're going to follow this with a quad stretch and a heel raise. So nice standing stretch. Grab your ankle, raise up on your toe, keep your knees close together just to feel a dynamic stretch in the front of the thigh here. And keep your body nice and upright. Raise up onto that toe, getting those muscles ready. Now we're going to go to a Frankenstein. So kick up, pull the leg down, kick up, pull the leg down. So you want to scuff your foot on the ground, keep your back and your knees straight. If you can't kick this high, totally fine, but work on keeping a nice upright posture. Then we're going to go to a squat with a hip hinge. So deep squat, grab your feet, hip hinge, squat, hip hinge. So you should feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings during the hip hinge. Side here. So really try and get as deep into the squat as you can. And hip hinge. And do the world's greatest stretch on one side, then the other. So lunge forward. And then you're going to reach up. Walk back into hamstring stretch. Reach under. Reach up. Hamstring stretch. Lunge. Reach up. Switch sides here. So other side. Go for Cossack squats. So nice wide stance. Do a nice deep lateral lunge as far to one side as you can, then the other. So you're just going to stretch that inner thigh. Work on getting these muscles warmed up through your full range here. If you can only go this low, totally fine. And do an open and close the gate hop. So hop your leg in and out. And then switch sides. And then we're going to finish with power skips. So step back, alternate your legs. Step back, drive it up. Nice tall posture. Really raising the heart rate. Getting those fast twitch muscles activated. And that's it. All right, so we're going to start in on the plyometric portion of this workout. So make sure you have space, grab water if you need it, and we'll start right in here. All right, so we're going to do 4 groups of 2 exercises, and each group will be 4 rounds of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So we'll go in an AB pattern. So our first group of 2 exercises is going to be squat jumps and lateral skater jumps. So we've got squat jumps and lateral skater jumps. Starting with squat jumps, ready and go. So really try and get pretty good height here. You can swing your arms back or reach up for the ceiling, get a little bit more height. We got 20 seconds on the clock. Land with your knees parallel to your feet. Quick break, 10 seconds. Catch your breath, then we're going to the lateral skater jumps. And go. So with the lateral skaters, push side to side, and as quick as you can, power off each foot. Ooh, I really feel my heart rate starting to come up now. quick break. Back to the squat jumps. And go. Soft landing. Knees driving out of your toes. Don't let them collapse inwards. Keep it up. Break. And then one more round of the lateral skater jumps. And go. Try and go faster and wider if you can. Again, don't let the knee collapse inwards. Whew. Break. And then we're gonna move right into our next group of lateral squat jumps and lunge jumps. All right, no rest for the weary. Here we go. Lateral squat jumps to start off. And go. So side to side, especially as you go side to side, make sure your knee, especially your inside knee, doesn't collapse inward. So still going for height while maintaining form. And horizontal distance. Whew, quick break. Lunge jumps. Probably one of my least favorite plyometric exercises. And go. So the front knee, make sure this knee doesn't collapse in. Pretend like the walls are closing in on your knees and you have to push out, break those walls. Whew. You always have the option to do a lunge split jump. Tap your feet together between each jump. Back to the lateral squat jumps. Go. Keep it up. Try and get that height and that lateral distance. Whew. All right. Break. And we're going for the lunge jumps. So if you need to, take the option, go, of a lunge split jump. So feet come together in the middle, or you can just go with the alternating lunge jump. Almost there. Woo, all right, take a break. And then we're gonna go on to our third set, not that long of a break. We're going with 180-degree turn squat jumps and 90-degree turn lateral jumps. Whew, all right, here we go. All right, 180-degree turn squat jumps. So flip all the way around, go. If this is too much, you can always just switch it to 90 degrees and then work your way up all the way into the 180. Recover, especially with those 180s. Make sure your knee's not caving in on the landings. Now we got 90-degree turn lateral jumps. So turn 90 degrees, pick a direction, and then the next round we'll go the other direction. So remember which foot you're pivoting off. For me, it's my left. So next time I'll go with my right. Whew. Quick break. Going back. All right, going back to those 180-degree turn squat jumps. And go. Drive those knees out into those imaginary walls. Use your core to flip your hips around. Keep it up. All right, now we're going for those 90-degree turn lateral jumps. So pivot off your other foot this time. And go. Still try and get pretty good lateral distance here on these lateral skaters. All right, our next group is going to be agility dots and 180-degree turn lunge jumps. So pick 4 dots on the ground, start with my left leg here, and make an X pattern for that agility dot. So keep your core under control. If your upper half is out of control, your bottom half has no chance. Try and switch direction on the agility dots here. We'll do the other leg on our second round of these. Quick break. 180-degree turn lunge jumps. These ones are pretty hard. So remember, try and push out against those imaginary walls as you turn. So foot from one direction to the other. This is working on single leg or split stance landings from kind of awkward jumps. All right, we're gonna go to our second round of agility dots on the other leg here. So make that X pattern and switch halfway through. Ready, go. Up, across, back, across. And then switch directions. Try and reverse the direction here. Keep it going. Almost there. Whew. All right, then we're going for those 180 lunge jumps again. So this is we just have one more exercise in our plyo portion. Ready, go. So nice, stable landings, especially on that front knee. Keep going. All right, and that's it. So we're done with the jumping portion. So grab a quick drink of water and grab your weights if you haven't already. And then we'll start in on the strength portion. Okay, for the strength portion, you're gonna need a couple weights or just one weight. So we're just gonna do 5 exercises, and each one is gonna go 4 rounds of 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. So just do 4 in a row, one exercise, 4 in a row, the next exercise, and so on. So I'm gonna tell you all 5 right up front because I'm not gonna take any breaks. If you need to, you can always pause the video, grab a drink of water, and then come back to it, okay? But we're just gonna blitz right through. So we have 5 exercises. 1 is squats, 2nd is RDLs, 3rd is reverse lunges, 4th is single leg sit back squats, and the 5th is single leg RDLs. So grab your weight and let's get started. Starting off with the squats here. So I'm grabbing my weight. You can rack them up on your shoulders and go. So feet about shoulder width apart. You want your knees going parallel to your feet. So that may mean you have to drive them out a little bit. Some people prefer their feet turned out a little bit more. Some people prefer slightly narrower stance or wider stance. Whichever you prefer is fine. Just have to make sure your knees are parallel to your feet. Inhale down, exhale up. We got 4 sets of these squats here. So settle into it. All right, quick break. 20 seconds of break here, shake it out. We're going for round 2 of those squats. You can put your weights down during the break if you need to. I'll show you from the side view this time. Our second round of squats here, go. So you want your shin angle to be about the same as your torso angle at the bottom of the squat. It's going to be a little different for people based on their leg length and torso length, and if you have any history of knee injuries, but roughly similar shin angle and trunk angle here. Keep it going. Inhale down, exhale up. Got another 20-second break here. Shake it out. Use the rest. Remember, you can always hit pause between the exercise if you need to for a little more break or to get some water. We're going for round 3 of the squats here. Go. Sink your hips down. You want to sit down in the squat. Drive those knees out, parallel to your feet. Keep it going here. Inhale down, exhale up. This is round 3 of 4. Feel the burn. Embrace the burn. All right, we're gonna go for our 4th and final round of squats here. So wipe the sweat from your eyes if you need to. We're gonna go for one more round, one more set of these squats. Shake out the legs, gather yourself, and go. Nice steady breathing. Try and keep up a nice even rhythm here. If you really want to challenge, you can keep doing the squats a little bit after the beep. Give yourself longer work periods and shorter rest periods. Or you can stick with me and do the 40-20. All right, so now the squats are done. We're gonna switch to RDLs. So really working on that hip hinge. Squats a lower body push, hip hinge. The RDLs a little bit more lower body pull. So again, feet about hip width apart. And go. First round of RDLs starting up. Inhale down, exhale up. Push your butt back as if you're trying to close a car door with your butt. You got your hands full of stuff. Can't quite reach the door, so you just use your butt. Shut that door. Knees are soft, almost straight, but not locked out. And your spine is in neutral. So try and minimize the rounding of your back here and keep that neutral arch in your spine. And quick break. You can put the weights down here. Ooh, all right. I've worked up quite a sweat. That's good. We're going for round 2 of those RDLs in a moment here. Okay, we're having some recording issues, so this is the second round of the RDLs. Start it up. So as you do the RDLs, inhale down, exhale up. Keep your shoulder blades squeezed back. Pretend like you have $1 million bill in your armpits, and you can only keep that $1 million bill if you hold it there. So squeeze your upper arms into your ribs. It helps keep the shoulder blades set down and back, and to engage that whole posterior chain. So we're really targeting the posterior chain with this RDL here. Keep it up. All right, take a quick break. You can drop your weights here for a sec. Remember, you can always hit pause for a longer break. We're gonna start in on that 3rd round of RDLs here. From the side again. And go. Hip hinge back. yourself fully to vertical. Don't stay in like a T-Rex crouch. Come all the way up. Nice steady breathing. Nice steady rhythm of the exercise here. And feel the backs of your legs really working on this exercise. Glutes, hamstrings, between your shoulder blades, lower back a little bit, that whole posterior chain. All right, quick break here. And again, if you want to make it harder for yourself, you can always go past the beep a little bit, increase the work, decrease the rest. We're gonna go for our 4th round of RDLs here. Pick up your weights. And start it up. Nice steady breathing. Work that posterior chain. Keep that $1 million bill squeezed in your armpits. Pull yourself all the way to vertical at the top. Maintain that neutral spine and really emphasize that hip hinge here. All right, quick break, and then we're going straight into those reverse lunges. So I'm gonna use the same amount of weight. You can also just hold one weight right in front of your chest. And reverse lunges. Shake up the legs. And go. So same thing. Pretend like the walls are closing in onto your knee, that front knee. Push it out against that wall. Make sure your knee doesn't collapse inward. So I don't want to see any knees going in like that. Okay? Keep going. Start to feel the burn in the legs. Keep your trunk nice and vertical. Back knee also bends to hover just above the ground. All right, quick break. That was round 1. We got 3 more. Whew. Definitely sweating over here, so hopefully you're getting a good workout too. Show you from the side here. And start it up. Round 2. So keep your trunk nice and vertical. Lower the back knee down. The goal is to get to about a 90-degree bend in both knees here. Keep pushing that front knee out against that imaginary wall. Keep the knees nice and stable. And your feet should be about hip width apart, as if on train tracks. You shouldn't feel like your feet are on a tightrope. Take a break. We're halfway through our strength portion. Got 2 more rounds of those reverse lunges here. Shake out the legs, and we'll get right back to it. And go. So really try and make your feet about hip width apart, as if they're on train tracks. You don't want to be in a tightrope position. This makes it much more difficult to balance. Keep it going here. Inhale down, exhale up. Keep your trunk nice and vertical. All right, quick break. And then we're gonna go for our 4th round of reverse lunges. Whew, shake out the arms. Getting a little tired from holding the weights. Get a little bonus upper body workout. And here we go. Round 4 of the reverse lunges. Nice and steady. vertical trunk. Lower the back knee towards the ground. Push the knees out against some imaginary walls. Feet on train tracks. And don't forget to breathe. All right, take a quick break. You can always hit pause if you need it. We're going into those single leg sit back squats, and we'll do 2 on each leg. So we'll alternate back and forth. I'm just gonna use one weight for this. You don't have to use any. Or if you're a real glutton for a challenge, you can use 2. Start it up. So just sit back as if you're gonna sit on a chair behind you. So the lifted leg stays out in front. So this is gonna be a balance challenge. Again, keep your knee pushing out as if against an imaginary wall. Sit as deep as you can. If you need to, you can prop this front heel in front of you for balance. But if you can, really try and keep it lifted the whole time. Look at something stationary to help you balance. Woo, feel the burn on that one. All right, I'm gonna switch legs here. So we're gonna alternate back and forth from side to side for these 4 sets. So I start on my left, now I'm going to my right leg. And start it up. And if you're holding just one weight, I like to hold it in my off hand. So the opposite hand from the leg that I'm standing on here. Helps work those hip abductors, the outer glutes. And just sit back as far as you can. Another option is you can actually get a chair and sit all the way down into it, or tap your hips back onto a wall, bed, couch. Drop that heel, tap it on the ground in front of you if you need to for balance. Okay, we're going back to the first leg that we worked. Do our second set here, 3rd set overall. Keep up the good work, keep up the breathing, and here we go. So I'm back to my left leg. Sit as deep as you can in that single leg squat. Inhale down, exhale up. Pick a stationary point to look at to help you balance. And remember, you don't have to use weights. You can always just do this body weight, or you can hold 2 weights if you want a little extra challenge here. Another extra way to get some challenge is just go straight through the rest breaks and use the other leg as a break for your first leg. But I'm going to take the break here. So we're going to do our 4th round of these single leg sit back squats. The 2nd round on our 2nd leg. Here we go. So look at something stationary. Sit back as far as you can. You can always tap that heel down in front if you need to for balance, or sit down all the way in a chair behind you. But whatever you do, just keep moving, keep working. You can do it. We're almost there for this exercise. It's good balance work here too. I love single leg strengthening because there's no way to cheat by putting more weight on one of your legs. Okay, we're moving on to single leg RDLs. So same thing, we'll alternate sides here. Starting off with one leg. And again, I'm just holding one weight in my opposite hand, my off hand. So really lengthen your body. Try and get as much length between your heel and your head as possible. Standing leg. Standing knee stays almost all the way straight, not locked out, just like the double leg RDLs. Keep a nice neutral spine. And your back foot, the lifted foot, the toe should be pointed towards the ground. That'll help keep your hips level. Quick break here. We're gonna go to the other side. So I'll show you from the side. So from head to lifted heel, it should be one long straight line. Try not to let yourself droop or round in the single leg RDL here. Start it up. This is our second leg. So hips stay nice and level. Back toes pointed towards the ground. Really extend from your head to your heel. Get as long as possible. Pretend you're kicking down a door behind you using that lifted heel. Kind of like a donkey. If you can, or if you need to, you can always tap your foot down for balance in between reps. But if you can, stay on that single leg the whole time. Quick break here. We're going to switch back to our first leg. This is our third round of single leg RDLs. You just have 2 more sets between you and the cool down. Almost there. So show from the side. So starting off with that first leg again, remain to my left. Start it up. So nice neutral spine. Make your body really long from head to heel. And if you don't go as far down, that's totally fine, as long as you're keeping your lifted leg and your trunk in one straight line. So standing knee here is soft but straight. And really try and hold your balance on that one foot. Again, you don't need to use the weight, or you can use 2 for an extra challenge. Whoop. See everyone lose their balance a little bit. Just keep going. So we'll do 1 extra one here. And then we're on to, we just have 1 more set. So we're gonna go back onto that second leg. And this is your 4th and final set of single leg RDLs. Start it up. So keep the hips nice and level. Don't let your hip open up. Try and stay rooted into the ground through your foot. Try and press your whole foot flat into the ground. And just keep breathing. Inhale down. Exhale up. Nice steady movement here. You're almost there. You got it. Keep it up. Excellent. The double beep, everyone's favorite sound. So grab a quick drink of water and then come back and we're going to finish off with our cool down here. So we're going to start off our cool down here with a forward bend hamstring stretch. We're going to hold each stretch for 30 seconds. So just fold forward, straight legs. Feel the stretch in those hamstrings. You can walk your hands to one side and then to the other. The light was getting a little weird, so I shifted positions a little bit here. You can walk your hands over to the other side. Get a nice stretch in that hamstring. Next one is going to be a pigeon quad stretch. So kind of sit on your heel and then grab your ankle behind you and bring your trunk up nice and tall. You should get a quad stretch as well as a little bit of hip flexor stretch here. We got 30 seconds for this stretch. And breathe. Just feel those muscles release after all that hard work you just did. Go ahead and switch sides. Switch your legs here. Reach back for your ankle. Bring your torso up nice and tall. Get a nice hip flexor stretch and a nice quad stretch. Thanks for sticking out that workout with me. Hope you had fun. Had a little bit of recording issue, so sorry for any choppiness in the video. But hope you still got a good workout here. Our next one is going to be a pigeon glute stretch. So you're just going to make your front shin perpendicular to your body. Bring yourself up nice and tall, and then if you can, fold forward. And you should feel a nice stretch in your hip. And breathe. Just sink into the stretch here. Let those muscles release. And we're going to go ahead and switch sides. So bring your other shin perpendicular to your body. Try and get your hips level on the ground, sit up nice and tall. If you get a good stretch here, you can stay here. Otherwise, you can sink down lower into it with me. And feel a nice stretch in the hip here. Feel those muscles release after doing all that hard work. All those single leg squats, all those lunges. Then we're going to go into a wide-legged child's pose. So you can come into a standard child's pose, and then bring your knees wider apart. Reach your hands forward, get a nice adductor stretch, and a lower back release. And you get your knees even wider apart, just as far as is comfortable. And breathe. Sink your chest towards the ground. Alright, and that's it for our cool down. So, if you want a little bit more of a cool down, I always recommend foam rolling. That can be a really helpful recovery method. So you can check out my foam rolling video right there. Otherwise, thanks for joining me on this workout, and I'll see you next time.